What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue, and I hope you're all doing well today. In this video, I'll be explaining the new Shards of Domination system introduced in patch 9.1. This is honestly a kinda overly complicated player power progression system, so hopefully the information in this video proves useful to you and explains exactly what these shards are, how they work, and how you get them. So first, let's start with the Shards of Domination. These are special gems that you have a chance to earn once a week per boss from the new raid, Sanctum of Domination. It doesn't matter what difficulty you kill these bosses on, and you can't just farm the same bosses over and over. It is a one-time per week chance to get a shard off the boss regardless of difficulty. The only exception to this rule is Sylvanas Windrunner, the final boss of the raid, which is a guaranteed drop of a shard that you do not currently have once per week. The new world boss, Morgeth, also drops one specific shard, the Shard of Rev, and that is also a once per week chance. There are 3 different sets of shards, then they are Blood, Frost, and Unholy, which are red, blue, and purple respectively if you're looking at the shards themselves. There are 3 shards in each set, and they each sorta have a specific purpose. Generally, one shard in the set will be a DPS gain, one will be a defensive bonus, and one will give you a tertiary stat like speed and leech and stuff like that. I'll probably put a chart up on screen now of all the shard effects so you can pause and see which ones do what. These shard effects are all pretty simple and work in any zone and any form of content, so even PvPers and Mythic Plus Keystone pushers will be inclined to do some of the raid and get at least a few of these shards. There is just one small problem. You'll need specific Domination socketed gear to be able to use these shards at all. Predominantly, you'll need to raid the Sanctum of Domination for this gear, as a regular gem socket cannot be used for a Shard of Domination. There are some ways to get Domination socketed gear outside of the raid, like through the Death's Advance faction and Archivist Codex as well. However, these pieces will be the same armor slot, so kinda really it's just one piece, since one is 220 item level and one is 239. With the 239 piece coming from maximum reputation with the Archivist's Codex, and the 220 piece coming from being honored with Death's Advance. The big selling point on the Shards of Domination system is the set bonus power that activates when you've got 3 of the same colored shards socketed into your gear. The full set bonus only works in the Maw, which includes Korthia, Torghast, and most importantly, the Sanctum of Domination. For all armor types, there will be a helmet, shoulders, and chest piece available from the raid with Domination sockets. There will also be 2 additional armor slots that have Domination sockets available, but these will change based on your armor type. So for example, leather wearers will have access to gloves and boots as potential Domination sockets, and cloth wearers would have bracers and belts as their extra slots. However, and here's where the system becomes needlessly complicated, you must have a specific piece of Domination gear to match up with whatever set bonus you're trying to activate. This means if you want to have the Unholy set bonus active, you must be using a Domination helmet from the raid as one of the 3 pieces that your Unholy shards are socketed into. For the Frost set, you must be using a pair of Domination shoulders, and for the Blood set, you'll need the Domination socketed chest piece. This can make getting your set bonus a bit frustrating, as it's possible that you'll get all your gems and take weeks for that one specific Domination armor item you need to drop, or you may get your Domination pieces but take weeks to get the exact 3 gems you need. Regarding the set bonuses, the predominantly strongest choice is the Unholy set, as this gives you a stacking primary stat buff. Once you reach 15 stacks of this buff, you'll proc an even larger primary stat bonus for 15 seconds, and you'll deal a burst of shadow damage split between all nearby enemies. Hands down, this set is the one basically every DPS and healer ever is going to want to get their hands on, as the other 2 sets offer defensive bonuses with minor damage gains. The uptime and amount of primary stat that this set bonus gives you is really impressive, especially once you upgrade your shards, which just so happens to be the next section of this guide. So let's say you've gotten a few Shards of Domination and even some Domination gear to put them in. Well, you can just socket the shards immediately into your Domination gear and gain some benefit from them. A big part of the power progression of this system is to upgrade the shards. Doing this requires a new currency, Stygian Embers, which is earned from defeating Sanctum of Domination bosses, a few special mobs in the raid, and the weekly Korthia quest, Shaping Fate. The higher the difficulty that you defeat a boss on, the more Embers you'll earn. So for example, LFR would give you 1 shard from a boss, Normal gives you 2, Heroic gives you 3, and Mythic gives you 4. With these Stygian Embers and shards in hand, you'll need to find someone skilled with armor and other magical goodies to help you empower them. Thankfully, if you're caught up on your 9.1 Korthia campaign stuff and have done the last Sigil chapter, Bonesmith Airmere will be hanging out in Keeper's Respite in Korthia with a whole messload of new Domination shards. Each Shard of Domination has 5 ranks of power, and with each higher rank, the effect becomes more potent. They'll each have a specific name based on the rank they're at, with rank 1 being just plain old shard of whatever that you got from the raid. Rank 2 is Ominous, rank 3 is Desolate, rank 4 is Foreboding, and rank 5 is Portentous. Each rank will cost slightly more Stygian Embers to purchase, so there should be a chart on screen now with the names of all of them so you know exactly what to expect for the costs of your upgrading. One big and annoying thing that you'll need to know, as I didn't realize this at first. Whenever you upgrade a Shard of Domination at Bonesmith Airmere, you'll need to close the vendor window and reopen it for the next rank of that shard to show up if you want to upgrade it again. They may eventually fix this, but as of now, yeah, it's kinda lame, and honestly, I didn't realize it at first that you had to literally leave the vendor screen to make the higher ranks of the shards show up, but yeah, that's what you gotta do. Regarding upgrading your shards, if you're focused on raiding and using the 3 shard bonus effect, you'll want to upgrade all 3 of the same shard at the same rate. So don't just dump all your Stygian Embers into a DPS proc shard or something like that. The reason for that is because if you upgrade the entire set up to the next rank, then your set bonus effect becomes noticeably stronger. So yeah, basically always make sure you do them evenly across the set to maximize the set bonus effectiveness. If you already have some of the Domination shards socketed and you want to upgrade them, you'll find that you can't take the shards out of your gear, and if you try to put a Domination shard in over it, it'll destroy it, so definitely don't do that. To remove a shard, you'll need a special item that Bonesmith Airmere sells, the Soulfire Chisel. This costs a mere 2,500 Stygia, which nowadays apparently rains from the sky with how easy it is to come by in 9.1, so be sure to buy this item as soon as you can. The good thing is that it is a permanent item not consumed on use, so you'll only need to spend that Stygia one time ever on that character to unsocket your Domination shards, which you'll probably be doing quite a bit if you plan on upgrading them whenever you get the chance to. Anyways folks, I hope this little bit of information on the Domination Shard system for patch 9.1 proves useful to you. There is a lot going on with it, and it can be a bit overwhelming and sometimes a bit misleading if you don't know where to look or what to do to make certain things happen. So hopefully this information helps make it a little easier for you. If you enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a like, a comment, or maybe even subscribe to the channel if you like what you saw and you want to see more, as I put out quite a bit of guides and informational stuff for WoW and try to cover as many things as I can. As always, my appreciation and gratitude to all of my viewers, and especially my patrons, who all help make these Shiba Shenanigans possible. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.